Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be playing Bedwars as expected, and I'm going to be elaborating on my old Winstreak guide that I made 4 months ago, and I'm just going to be more detailed, elaborate more, and give you some alternative strategies. Basically, I'll be using Tough Ninja's pack as a bit of a tribute, I guess, for this video because he died basically 2 weeks and at the start of March. But anyway, enjoy the video. Just wanted to add this. When you're getting a win streak, when you join a game, you don't have to use overlay for this. I personally don't use overlay, but if there's a nick in your game, generally I would leave, since a nick could be someone quite good. And when you're getting a win streak, look, you want to try and avoid the good people, and pretty much everyone does this. They avoid nicks, and I think it's just nicks. I'm not too sure exactly. Nicks, leaderboard players, really good people, I guess. Personally, I don't like win streak grinding too much, since I enjoy the challenge of fighting these types of people, so I'm not really that inclined to Q dodge. But for getting a win streak, Q dodging is very useful. Also, I'm very sorry if you can hear some loud background noise. It has been raining absolutely crazily the past few days. Everything's flooded and it's still raining, so you might hear that, but I can't really do much about that. But hopefully it's not that bad. I have turned on noise suppression, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yep. Anyway, we are on Airshow, which is the map you want to be playing on when you're on a win streak if you have the map selector. If you do not have the map selector, play on a good map, basically. I have talked about good maps on my grinding guide that I made a while ago. And basically not bad maps, and I'll be talking about strategies that you can use on all maps, not just Airshow. The first thing you want to do on Airshow is get your first rush out. That is by far the riskiest and the most important part of the game. Get 64 wool. Put a wool defense on your base. I actually say get 4 iron. Get 16 wool and put 8 wool around your bed, and then get the rest of your wool before bridging, just so you can save that bit of time, because you want to be as fast as possible and you want to eliminate your first rush as quickly and as effectively as possible. Yeah, don't do that. Now that we're done, we don't need to worry about healing. If you have enough for iron armor, get iron armor, but all we want to do now is Emerald Rush, and I'll be talking about what you can do after Emerald Rush. And we leave the diamonds here. I'm actually going to throw them to the side just so more can spawn. You can also need to make sure you know all the smaller things as well. Game sense obviously is quite important. I've made a game sense guide, which you can look at on my guides, strategies playlist on my channel. That's about it. We're going to be just collecting 8 emeralds, and I'll be talking about what you can do with the 8 emeralds. In my previous guide, I just said get obsidian, but I realize now that a lot of people don't want to play that passively. It's not necessarily what you want to do every single game, so I'll be giving some alternative strategies. Alright, so we've got iron armor, and this game, probably the most defensive, probably the most reliable strategy for getting a win streak is obsidian. As I said before, it's not necessarily the best, which is why I'll be playing a second game where I talk about alternative strategies. But we're going to first go over obsidian, which is probably one of the best win streak strategies, especially for people who aren't as skilled. Obsidian, you place the layer. That's another reason why you want to get the wool defense, so you can mine it easily with shears, and then place the obsidian. Cover the obsidian with 1 layer wool so people don't find out. With obsidian, it's also about the element of surprise, that people don't know you have obsidian. If people see you putting obsidian, they're probably going to call out in chat, this person has obsidian, and then other people, when they rush you, they're going to get a diamond pickaxe, and you could get targeted more, which sort of negates the effect of having obsidian in the first place. Of course, you know, you keep playing the game, always play casually. This is just general game stuff. Play quite safe, play secure, play defensively, so people make mistakes like that, which a lot of people do, and collect emeralds and collect resources along the way as much as possible during your game. Here, I could rush him, but I'm not going to rush him. I'm going to first use these diamonds just so I can definitely beat him. He may decide to run for my base or force a bed trade. In that case, we have obsidian to stop that from happening, so we don't need to worry about that chance. He fell into the void again. So we don't need to worry about that happening, and we can rush him. Let's Okay, we died, but he also died, so we're fine so far. Generally throughout the game you want to stack up, play safe, stuff like that. You don't want to play aggressively, don't attack bases when you're getting 2v1'd. But you also do want to play with speed, and this is something I really talk about in my game sense guide. You want to play fast even if you're playing for a win streak. And by fast I don't mean aggressively attacking everyone, but managing your time well and making sure you're, I guess, fast-paced with what you're doing. Don't take extremely long to eliminate one team when you can easily eliminate them earlier, because that increases the risk of you getting, say, 2v1'd. Like for example, it is a risk now that green could 2v1 me, but they've gone back. Say for example, if I beat yellow when I first encountered them, I wouldn't have that issue with green possibly going over to my base, and then I could eliminate yellow, and then I would not have to worry about that. But it's just about those small things that you do in your game, maybe small inaccuracies that can result in, well, you losing overall. That's why Obsidian is such a good, I guess, last resort measure, because people aren't going to be able to break through that easily. Combine that with mining fatigue or alarm trap in the later games so you can stop people with invis. And obviously not many people use the magic milk, so it's pretty helpful that way. But yes, combined with the traps, Obsidian is really useful at stopping people from breaking your bed and giving you the extra line of defense. There is a lot of stuff here and I'm not sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure I put it there. I'm surprised green didn't go and get it since he is there. But anyway, now we have green who is running away, which I'm perfectly fine with. I probably should have killed him just so I could easily take him out and get him back to his base, but oh well. My base is not in much trouble since he probably doesn't have a diamond pickaxe. Once you've eliminated the main threats, which was obviously yellow, then you just go about your entire game and you don't need to worry. You can use your emeralds that you collect on the way for pots. You don't really need pearls. Bridge eggs can be pretty useful to eliminate a person who's really annoying you and is becoming a bit difficult to beat. Okay, let's get some damage on him with the iron sword. And yep, that's about it. Now we have Grey, and Grey's only starting to going for us since it took him a long time to, I think, to get rid of red. I'm pretty sure that's why. But obviously we have eliminated everyone else, so we don't have to worry about that. If we did not eliminate green and yellow in that time, we would have to worry about grey attacking us as well. And I probably shouldn't have used that invis now, but it's probably going to be an easy game. Yes, and I'm using a KB stick. Always take advantage of those small items in a win streak. Yes, you don't want to... I mean, a lot of people say they don't use the KB stick because they want to play fair and they don't want to be annoying. But at the end of the day, in a win streak, you want to use as much as you can to almost guarantee a win for you. And that's using the KB stick, that is using the KB stick. KB sticks, especially on Airshow, are very overpowered, which is just convenient since Airshow is a good win streak map. Anyway, for the next game, I'm going to incorporate two new things. I'm not going to get Obsidian, and I'm going to play on a slightly different map, just since if you don't have the map selector, you're not going to be playing on Airshow every single game. We're going to be playing on a different type of map. Rather than Airshow, we're going to be playing on Lighthouse, since that's another good map that people like playing on, and it's a good map in general. But it's not really considered to be a win streak map, and not many people talk about Lighthouse like that, so I'm going to be playing a game on Lighthouse. Now on Lighthouse, we're going to be talking about things that sort of tie into if you do not have a map selector. It's a similar strategy to Airshow in a way, just a different map. We're going to be taking out our first rush as fast as possible. On Lighthouse, I would actually prefer if you did a 48 rush, since it's much more safe and much more secure and a much lower chance of having a bed trade, which you don't want if you're going to try and get a win streak. However, I'll be 32 rushing just since I'm pretty confident. And I'll break his bed. And he's AFK as well, which helps. Now that we have staff, we're going to be getting just a stone sword so we can use it later. We can't get iron armor, so not going to worry about that. Because remember, in this first part of the game, you want to be as fast as possible. That seems counterintuitive to getting a win streak, which is generally, you associate that with slow games. But you want to be very fast when you acquire the emeralds, since you want to get emeralds before everyone else does. So now we're at middle, very fast actually. We have a lot of spare time, which we can use to just, I guess, see what everyone else is doing. Obviously, in this game I'm gonna not get obsidian since I want to show you the other strategy. And on Lighthouse, generally obsidian is a little more risky since people can get to your base easier and it's not as suggested, I guess. Now, actually, this is a situation that can happen on Lighthouse. White is coming to middle and is potentially a threat to us, so we're just gonna run out of here with our 4 emeralds and I guess keep it safe. And we should be able to get an armor as well. And White is obviously going to be collecting emeralds now since he's at middle, but since we were faster, we have emeralds, we're safe, and now we're going to attack him and try and stop him from getting emeralds and in the first place. So because of our quick attack on our first rush, we are now able to stop White from really doing too much damage. If he runs away, that's even more helpful. Let's just get 3 hits on him. I don't think he even saw me. And now we have 3 emeralds. Since he bridged from Aqua, we are going to go to Aqua and chest the emeralds. If he was bridging to White, I would do 2 things. I would either try and get the chests and get the emeralds in his ender chest, or just throw the emeralds out. Since we already have emeralds, I'm not prioritizing getting emeralds too much. Anyway, we now have an iron sword, iron armor. We are much more geared than White. I don't even think I need to use emeralds for this. Obviously, try and use emeralds as much as possible. Even though our base is not directly in threat here, say White was someone who is really good. Like, say you were fighting me and you got into this situation. You're obviously in a good situation and I've made some mistakes. And as much as possible, you want to try and win. Since if you lose, say if you don't do so well, you try and fight me in the situation that I'm fighting White. I was fighting White now, and you lose because, let's be honest, I was not that much better geared than him. So say if you were fighting me, there was a decent chance you may lose the fight. And if you lose the fight, that allows me a chance to come back in the game. So this is where you use your emeralds just to take out the threat immediately without a risk of anything else happening. That was a pretty nice egg. I don't know why I used it for that, but it might work, I guess. Anyway, now we just have me in yellow in the game. So obviously, I'm pretty sure you guys have found out what the entire premise of not getting obsidian is. It's getting pots, bridge eggs, and if you have to clutch, I made a clutching guide that's just pearls and stuff like that. We're just gonna get prot and a mining fatigue trap just so we know if someone's coming to our base. I don't see yellow coming right now, so I think we're safe. I do want to be sure. Yep, yellow's in that area. So we should be able to just go over to his base and win from... We'll do that, but yeah, we should be able to win from there. So overall, in this last few minutes of this game, I will just summarize what I've taught you in this Bedwars guide. During a win streak... Okay, he just left. So summarizing... You want to play safe, but at the start you want to be as fast as possible to get emeralds, take out your first rush and emerald rush. Always try and prioritize playing on Airshow. However, if you don't have the map selector and you're playing on other maps, use the same strategy. First rush fast, emeralds next, and then use the emeralds, chest the emeralds. And always prioritize when you're getting a win streak. If there's a tough opponent, use your resources on him and don't be conservative, since the longer you spend trying to take out someone, the stronger they're going to get and the rougher it's going to be for you. This might seem counterintuitive, but the best way to get a win streak is actually try and get people out fast. If you take a long time, that could make the game more annoying, more hard for you. And especially if they're good people in the game, this could be very detrimental to you, since you could get 2v1, stuff like that. That's why speed is also very important in getting a win streak. Anyways, I hope that video helped. I hope it was better than my previous video. I talked about 2 main strategies here, and overall I hope it was helpful. Please comment your thoughts in the description and comment what type of video you would like next, either a guide or a commentary or whatever. I'm open to any ideas. Thank you for watching and goodbye. I will see you next week.